Hi everybody, it's Sandy here with you today with an unboxing video for My Creative Scrapbook, sharing the August limited edition kit. So I'm so excited over this kit. I was kind of hoping to see this particular paper collection show up in one of our design team kits, and sure enough, here it is. So we'll get into it just here in a minute. But anyway, it's a great kit. I wanted to start out by showing you the sketch that we'll be using this month. And this one's by Laura Whitaker of Laura Creates. And then it's got a grid background and, multi-layer, few photos with your title up in the corner. So that'll be a great kit to get you kick-started on your first project. And then we have some flowers, 2 packs of flowers this time around. And these are from Little Birdie Crafts. And the first one is these white roses, and they're glittered and kind of like a silvery or frosty glitter with leaves in them. And there's 2, 4, 6, 8, 9 of them with the accompanying leaves. And so they're pretty dimensional. So you can use them like this, or you can take them apart and use them, in parts and pieces, whatever you like. But the red and the white will be real pretty to go with these papers. And here's the second one. We get a couple of butterflies in this one, in the red, and then we get 6 smaller flowers. And I would call these small to medium flowers, but that's the size I really like to work with because they are on the smaller side, and they each have, kind of different stamens in them. So those will be fun, and I like the way the butterflies are on a little stick with some greenery on there. So those are really pretty and will be really pretty with our papers. So anyway, the featured paper collection, if you're not familiar with it, is called Nature's Haven. And this was another collection designed by Joanne Bain. And I'm really excited for this one. It's got a lot of red and green in it, as well as yellow and some of those colors, and it's just really pretty. But we've got a pack of die-cut elements, and there's 73 die-cut pieces. I will undo this and show it to you at the end of the video. But on the back, you can see that we have items similar to what we normally see. Like we're going to have some file cards in a couple of different sizes. We'll have a few tickets. We'll have frames that are kind of made out of twigs. Then we'll have like some doily elements, viewfinder, little tags, and some banners, and word phrases. And they're just little icons within circles of, looks like, like little animals and mushrooms and that kind of thing. So I'll take this apart and we'll look at it here in a few minutes. We're also going to have some chipboard from Prima, and there's 3 decorative pieces. One that says Moments with some floral, another that says Lovely, and then another that says Dream and has some more florals on that one as well. So you can paint these, you can spray them, you can emboss them, however you want to colorize them, or you can use them plain if that meets your color scheme a little bit better. And I'm so excited about this. We've got some rub-ons from Simple Stories. These are butterfly rub-ons from the Simple Vintage Essentials collection. So we have a dragonfly also, some hearts, some text to go along with it. And those will be really nice to go with this kind of nature-themed collection that we're going to be working with. So those are great. And it's a 2 6x8 transfer sheets. So, and there's a little bee right there. So that'll be lots of fun. We haven't had rub-ons in a while. All right, and we also have the laser cut elements, and this is 4 sheets, and I'll go ahead and open this up. I haven't even looked at it myself yet. So here's the cover sheet, and on the back, if you recall, there's always something to cut out, so you can fussy cut and have a few more images. So we've got some hearts and frames, and aren't those pretty with just, the florals in there? And then, this would make a nice border piece. So that's pretty. All right, so here's the first one. And we've got a wagon wheel, some banners. Almost looks like the little banners are made out of strawberries. And we've got a wishing well. Isn't that cute? A tree trunk, some florals, and a frog, a bird, a bee. And then over here some more, we've got some mason jars hanging down from a branch. And then a little cart and a rake, a trunk, and then this is just looks like a stump. And then a wooden bucket, and then another little cart and a stump, and then some word phrase, escape to country, it says. Life is an adventure. So those are really pretty. And then here we got some, looks like larger pieces. So we have like a circular wreath type element, which will be really fun to like go around a photo or a motto, whatever you'd like. Over here we've got the little teapots and a ladybug, a little mouse, some mushrooms, a snail, wood fence, some like balloons that are a little bit strawberry shaped, and some textbooks, a word phrase, a little fox, and then butterflies, a key, you know, mushroom, mason jar, another a balloon cluster. See, that one's just falling out, but these will just come about really easily. And then a book and mason jar, a key, and then this is like a wishing well kind of thing. A little phrase that says all the little details, perfectly imperfect, only leave footprints. So those are really gorgeous. I just love Joanne Bain's work. All right, so I have not taken time to cut out the cut file. The design team was asked to cut out their own cut file this month, and I don't leave my die cut machine out, so I haven't cut it yet, but this is what it's gonna look like. This is the cut file, what the cut file looks like. So you can cut it out in white, you'll probably get a white cardstock one in your kit. But if you're a member and you want to cut it out yourself, then you can cut it out in whatever you like, black and white, khaki, you know, yellow, whatever you want for that cut file. So let's get into the papers. This first one is called Quiet Place. And, you know, I'm a big fan of our Christmas kits, for example, because so often they're red and green based, and that's just a color combination I enjoy working with. So this page has kind of a green background, and around the edges we've got florals, and we've got some red polka dot, we've got strawberries, and then a beautiful little cluster down here in this corner with mushrooms and butterflies, and there's a little bit of text, a little bit of faux stitching. So there's just a little bit of everything on that sheet. And then on the back side, we've got a ledger page, and it's like true ledger. And then, you know, some stitching and a little stump and some more florals down here. And then the branding strip is a green and white polka dot. So really gorgeous paper. And this one, oh wow, it's just ethereal. It's so beautiful. We've got like this gingham along the side with florals and the bumblebee, and then the fence post and florals. And then this background is just beautiful. You know, we often think about that we don't want to put our photo on top of our floral images, but this is so pretty too. It's going to be hard to cover that up. Then on the back, we've got some squares and rectangles in different stitching patterns. And so you can use this just like this, or you can cut it apart if you want to and use those elements, you know, on your page. So it's really up to you how you'd want to use that if you want to use that side. And then the branding strip, which you can cut off, is like a green and white check, or green and cream. These just get prettier the more I dive in here. This one's called Strawberry Tea. And so down here we've got a little stump with some teapots on it and florals and a leaf falling down. Over here we've got a stump with some greenery and florals, and then just a big massive bunch of florals up here with the gingham in the background. And this back here again is just so pretty because it's just like a soft rainbow of colors and then some text. So, you know, just about anything you could ask for there. And the back side of this is a bunch of strawberries, a little bitty strawberry print, you know, similar to how a little floral print would be. So you can use that in strips. You can use it, you know, as your background, whatever is in keeping with what your project is. And down here we've got some yellow and white polka dots on the branding strip. This one is almost a pink, a peachy pink. It's called Blossom Sprinkle. And so it's got that peachy pink. It's just got a really soft white floral cluster over here, along with the strawberries tucked in. A little bit of teal right there. And then, you know, red and pink over here. Just a little bit of yellow. And then just a really nice mix of patterns. And then the two stumps over here with strawberries and florals. So this is really, really calling my name. On the back side, we've got another ledger type. It's, I think, almost identical to the first one, except that this one's got images on it as well as the ledger. It's got some soft, like paper with polka dots and florals, you know, overlaying in there, and it's really pretty. Then down at the bottom, we've got a red and white check gingham. And this one has everything I could want, I think. It's got, you know, green, which is, green is my favorite color of all. And then, you know, the white paint running down. I know so often when we started using mixed media, you know, we had, you know, paint swirls coming down like that. But we've got the gingham, the florals, the polka dots. Same thing over here with the florals and the bumblebee. And then this just kind of brushed element of faux mixed media done down here at the bottom. This one's called Simply Sweet, and it really is very, very nice. And the back is green and white check, so you could use this as your background. If you're not, you know, into reds, then, you know, the greens are going to be your friend here. This branding strip is kind of a gray color or charcoal. Oh, I like this one. It's called Growing Wild, and it's a grid background, and it's got florals in several different places. I like how that is strategically placed throughout the page, you know, with a little grouping here and here and here, and then some papers and stuff along the edges with some faux mixed media mixed in. And there's that little flower there just, you know, falling away. I really like that. I like the faux stitching. I like the brushed elements. It's really, really outstanding. On the back, we've got red and white check and the green polka dots. And I've got to look at that again. I just love that. I love all of them. This one's called Happy Place. And this is kind of a faded out teal polka dot in the center with the red and white gingham and the well, it's not strawberries and florals, some faux stitching, a bumblebee up there, and faux along here, and some little fluttering leaves over here with a bumblebee down here. On the back side of that is a grid that's, I think it's green check and our green grid, and then a red floral with stitching and strawberries down here, and then we've got this pink and white gingham down here. So soft and pretty. This one's called Berry Delight, and it's really a mix of everything we've been seeing. It's kind of whitish in the center with polka dots, and then or gray, taupey, with some pink, reds, yellows, green, the creams, the berries, and faux stitching on it. So really pretty. This one just kind of really would draw the eye right into your photo if you know, were to put it in the center. So that's really nice, nicely designed paper. The back side is some tags, And so I'm very interested in this. It's a couple of 4x6s, a couple of 2x6s, and then these would be 2x6s. So I'd have to measure that out. Maybe that's 6 inches. So this is 4 and 2. So these are 2x6s. Yeah, 4x6s, 2x6s, and then 3x6s. So I love all the tags. I kind of have a design in mind to use with some tags. Then I would have to give that one up. We'll see. All right, this paper I think we've had in an earlier collection this year. It's from K & Company called Antique Garden. And it's got a gray ruled paper with some florals down here in the corner. And then the back side is this dark green floral. So that'll go really pretty with the papers just to really stand out. So let me gather up the die cut pieces and we will take a look at those. Okay, I'm back with the die cut elements, and let's start on this side first because these are some of the bigger pieces, but we've got a couple of viewfinders in brown and then one in kind of white and green with a bumblebee on it. Here's our index cards up here. We've got the larger ones in gingham and small polka dot and large polka dot. And then here is our smaller index cards, you know, with the beautiful image on the bottom. And then here's our torn text pieces. And these have the florals and strawberries on them. And then this one is just all strawberries with no text, and then you need to punch those little holes out. And then this is your tickets, which you can use as one piece, or you can cut it up and use it for multiples. And then down here we've got the little strawberries and the little hearts, and then 3 little circular pieces with a mushroom and snail, a mouse, a fox, and a frog. And then these are some small tags over here that are really pretty, and those are not, I like to tuck those into floral clusters myself. And then this here is half doily pieces. That one's just some check and solids with text, and this one is strawberry with florals. So really cute to tuck alongside a photo or something like that. And then over here, if you recall, 49 in Market is really trying to put lots of things inside the frames. And so, you know, on all of these here, you'll have your outer frame, and then you could pop out all these additional pieces. So on this one, we've got like a little index tab and a second frame. And then here's another one where it's the, you know, twig frame with the little strawberries. And then inside we've got some word phrases, another frame. Happiness is, live, laugh, love, simple pleasures. And then here we have a little nameplate piece. And then here we've got a tag actually inside this one that's similar to these down here, but a little bit sort of more medium scale. And then we've got another tag. I like that because I love to tuck tags in here and there. And then a phrase that says natural high. And then here is another phrase. So this would be great to, you know, put a motto or a big title on. And then we have some small frames down here. And you can punch them out. And on this one, there's a strawberry. And then there's a little word phrase that says nature's haven. And then this one is a strawberry and days to treasure. And then this one is another one. And did this one come out of here? I think this one came out of there. So it's best day ever. Love this place. Remember and discover. So those are the little frames. And then we've got these little pieces, these larger pieces. And these are great if you want to like document a date or use it as a background to put, you know, a title on and make it stand out a little bit more. And then there's this long, slim piece right here. And I like to tuck those behind my photos, but you could use it as like a foundation or a grounding piece for a cluster or an element. And then these are the couple of tab type items that I've come across so far. So I think that's everything. You know, if you count the little phrases and all the little small embellishments over here, then we've got a total of 73 die cut pieces. So I'm gonna try to up my game this month and see how many of these elements I can use, if I can use them all up. So anyway, I think that's all it. We've gone over the sketch, the cut file, all the flowers and papers, chipboard, the rub-ons, and the laser cut pieces. So there's going to be lots to work with. It's a beautiful kit, great for summertime photos. So anyway, I hope you have a lot of fun. I know I will. I'm really ready to dig into this one as soon as I figure out all my photos. All right, thank you for coming by my channel. Like and subscribe, and I'll see you next time. Bye-bye.